Hello, in today's video we are going to make this cute little cardigan. This is a simple and easy to make cardigan. I have begun my cardigan from back to the front, and for this I am going to use 5 mm hook, and for the ribbon we have to make a slip knot and start making chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Now we are going to make single crochet into the back side of our chain. So insert our hook into the second chain from the hook and make 1 single crochet into the every stitch. We have done our first row and chain 1 and turn. Now we are going to make 1 single crochet into the back loop of our stitches. So insert our hook into the back loop and make 1 single crochet and continue making single crochet into the back loop only. In this way we are going to make our ribbon. We have done our second row of our ribbon. Now continue making this. After making your ribbon, we have to make our main part of our, what you can say, cardigan. So after making ribbon, now we have to make a foundation row. For foundation we have to make a chain 1 and insert our hook and make 1 single crochet into the ribbon. In this way we have to make our foundation row. Now chain 2 and turn. Insert our hook into the second stitch. Now from this row we are going to make only 1 double crochet. Make 2 double crochets in every stitch. For my cardigan, I have made 2 rows of double crochet with the same color, and after 2 rows I have changed my color. So after 2 rows I have changed my color. Okay, for the changing color we have to cut our yarn here, but I'm not going to cut my yarn, so please ignore this one. Now it's time to change our color, so ignore this loop, and I'm going to insert my hook into the last chain and make a knot with the another color and make chain 2, count as a 1 double crochet, and insert our hook into the second stitch and make 1 double crochet. Now in this way we are going to make our entire row. Continue making 1 double crochet into the every stitch. In this way we have done our first row. I have done 6 rows of double crochet with the green color, and after that I have changed my color into the blue. So I have done 21 rows of blue color. So in total we have 29 rows for the back part. After the back part, now we have to make our front part. And for the front part I have divided my cardigan into 3 parts. That is for the left part and the neckline area and the right part. And for the V neckline I have increased my cardigan into the neckline area and make the straight up to the bottom part. Continue follow the color pattern from the back part. So after front, now we have to make our sleeves, and for the sleeve we have to start it from the shoulder area, and for the sleeve I have take 12 rows from the front part and 12 from the back part, and continue make 1 double crochet. And after making 3 rows of 1 double crochet I have decreased my sleeve up to here. I have done 9 rows of blue color and 1 2 3 4 5 6 rows of green color. After that 3 rows of pink color, and for the ribbon I have done 1 row of single crochets for the foundation row, and for the ribbon we have to make our ribbon like this. So for this we have to chain 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7. After this we have to make one single crochet from the second chain from the hook and continue make one single crochet into the remaining into the remaining chain. Turn our work and slip stitch into the next stitch. In this way we have done our first row. Now one more slip stitch and turn our work. Now we have to make single crochets into the back loop. Continue make one single crochet into the back loop only. We have done our second row. Chain 1 and turn. Make one single crochet into the back loop and continue making single crochets into the back loop. Slip stitch into the next stitch, one more slip stitch into the next and turn our work and continue making one single crochet into the back loop. In this way we have to make our ribbon. So we are in our last part of the ribbon. So make one single crochet into the back loop. Now slip stitch into the next stitch, one more slip stitch into the next. Now turn our work, continue making one single crochet into the back loop. Now we have done our sleeve. Now it's time to make our front ribbon. In the front ribbon we have to make one single crochet row. as the foundation row. Insert our hook into the first stitch and pull up our yarn and make one chain. Insert our hook again in the same stitch, make one single crochet. In this way we have to make one single crochet. Continue making single crochets until we get into the another side. We have to make one single crochet. We have done our single crochets. Now we have to make our ribbon part. In this ribbon part we have to make our buttonhole as well. For this I'm going to use these buttons. Continue making our ribbons. Make chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. After chain 6, now we have to make single crochets into the back part of our chain. So make one single crochet into the back of the chain. Slip stitch into the next stitch. Make one more slip stitch into the next. We have done our first row. After turning, we have to make one single crochet into the back loop of our single crochets. Continue make one single crochet into the back loop only. Chain 1 and turn. Continue make one single crochet into the back loop. In this way, we have to make our ribbon. So, continue making our ribbon in this row. Okay, we have reached here in the right side of our ribbon. So, in this ribbon, we have to make buttonholes in this side. So for buttonholes we have to make one single crochet into the first stitch, then chain 2, skip 2 stitches and make one single crochet into the fourth stitch and continue make one single crochet into the last stitch. We have done our buttonhole row. Chain 1 and turn. Continue make one single crochet into the back loop and make one single crochet into the every stitch. We have to make one single crochet into the chain stitch which we have made in our previous row. Continue make single crochet, slip stitch into the next stitch, make one more slip stitch into the next stitch. In this way we have complete our buttonhole. In this way the buttons is going through in this buttonhole. So continue make our ribbon. We have to continue our ribbon and make our buttonholes as well. So I have made my 2 buttonholes. So this is time for our third buttonhole. So make one single crochet into the first stitch, chain 2, skip 2 stitches and make one single crochet into the back loop and make one more single crochet into the last stitch. Chain 1 and turn. Continue make one single crochet into the back loop. We have done our 3 buttonholes, and now we have to continue our work. Chain 1 and turn, make 1 single crochet into the back loop of our ribbon. So continue making single crochet. Make 1 slip stitch and make 1 more slip stitch. Turn our work, make 1 single crochet into the back loop. Continue making single crochet into the back loop, and we have finished our ribbon. Now we have cut our yarn and make a knot to secure. So we have finished our ribbon. So in this way we have made our front ribbon and make our buttonholes. Now it's time to add our buttons. For adding buttons, we have to place our buttons where we have made our buttonholes. In this way we have to sew our buttons. For sewing our buttons, we are going to use this needle with a big eye, which is easily go through these buttons. So I have take this yarn to sew the buttons. I just hold my button and insert my needle from the back side and just sew back and forth and tie it inside. In this way we have to sew our button. Now I'm going to make a knot to secure our button. After this, I am going to hide my tail by sewing this here. Make 1 more to secure. Now cut the yarn and sew this tail as well. Now we have added 1 button. We have added our second button. Now it's time to add our third button. So we are going to place our button here. Hold the button and insert our needle from the back side and sew and insert back to the back side and pull out from the another hole and insert it into the another hole. Now make a knot. One more knot to secure. Now it's time to hide our tails. For hiding our tail, we have to sew our yarn here and insert back to secure it. Now cut our yarn. In the same way, we have to hide this tail as well. Cut our yarn. So in this way we have sew our buttons and hide our tails. As you can see, we have done our buttons. Now it's time to sew our sleeve. And for this I have leave a quite long tail for sew this part. Now we have done our pink part, so make a knot and hide my tail. To secure it, I have to sew this back and forth and going to cut my yarn. In the same way, for the green part, I have to use this green yarn and sew the green part. For this, I have to leave a quite long enough tail to sew this part. So I have done my green part. Then make a knot to secure it and hide my tail. In this way I am sewing my sleeves with the same color of yarn. Now it's time to sew the blue part. After blue and green, now we are in our last part. So now I am going to hide these tails as well. So I am just going to sew it. So in this way we are going to hide these tails as well. Now cut these tails and continue sewing our cardigan. Now hide our tails. Cut the yarn. So we have done our sewing part. So we have completed our cardigan. And in our next video I am going to show you how to make this applique and how to attach this in the cardigan. So please stay tuned and thanks for watching.